Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces from the United States 50 State Quarters program, the Kentucky State Quarter, issued in 2001. Don't let its modern look fool you, because this little coin has shocked collectors with its hidden rarity and mysterious errors that make it worth a small fortune. So sit back, relax, and listen carefully, because this story is one every coin lover will want to hear till the very end. The Kentucky State Quarter was the 15th design released in the series, proudly representing the Bluegrass State. It celebrates Kentucky's rich heritage, horse culture, and early statehood. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a beautifully detailed image of a racehorse standing behind a wooden fence with the famous Federal Hill Mansion, also known as My Old Kentucky Home, in the background. Above it reads, My Old Kentucky Home, with the year 1792, the year Kentucky became the 15th state to join the Union. The combination of the horse, fence, and mansion perfectly captures the heart of Kentucky's tradition, elegance, and Southern pride. But beyond this graceful design lies a story that has made the 2001 Kentucky Quarter one of the most exciting finds in the world of modern numismatics. Most of these coins were minted for regular circulation, meaning millions were produced. However, not every coin that rolled off the minting press came out the same. Some were struck with slight imperfections, small design differences, and unusual errors that turned ordinary pieces of change into extremely valuable collector's items. Among the rarest versions of the Kentucky Quarter are those with striking minting errors. One famous variety shows a double die error, where parts of the design appear slightly duplicated, especially around the lettering or edges of the horse and fence. These doubling effects can make the coin look almost shadowed, and for collectors, that small detail means a massive jump in value. Another type of rare error is the off-center strike, where the image on the coin is slightly shifted due to misalignment during minting. These errors are incredibly desirable because each one is unique. No two off-center coins are ever exactly the same. Some Kentucky quarters were even struck on the wrong metal planchet, meaning they were mistakenly minted on a piece of metal mint for another denomination, such as a dime or nickel. When such errors occur, they instantly create a one-of-a-kind rarity that collectors go crazy for. It's these accidents, these beautiful little mistakes of the mint, that transform a coin worth 25 cents into something worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about condition, one of the most important factors in determining value. Coins that were used in everyday transactions have scratches, wear, and signs of handling. But those few that were carefully preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition are the real treasures. A coin with its original shine, crisp details, and no visible damage can command an incredible price. That's why collectors always recommend storing rare coins safely in protective cases, because condition can make the difference between a small find and a life-changing discovery. The Kentucky Quarter's appeal goes beyond its errors and rarity. It also tells a story of American history and art. Each element on the coin reflects something meaningful. The horse represents Kentucky's long-standing horse racing legacy. The fence symbolizes the state's rolling farms, and the mansion honors its deep cultural roots. Every detail on this coin speaks to the spirit of Kentucky. And that's what makes it so special to collectors who love coins with a strong sense of identity and beauty. But what truly makes this coin remarkable is how a few rare pieces from this 2001 issue have turned into gold mines for those lucky enough to find them. Imagine holding a quarter that looks ordinary to most people, but actually hides a rare error, one that could fetch a huge price in an auction or private sale. Stories have surfaced of collectors and coin dealers discovering these Kentucky quarters in old collections, coin rolls, or even pocket change, only to find out they're worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you ever come across a Kentucky 2001 quarter, don't rush to spend it. Take a close look. Check for doubling, misprints, or off-center strikes. Examine the shine and condition. Who knows? You might be holding something incredibly valuable without even realizing it. And now, the part you've been waiting for, the value. A flawless 2001 Kentucky State quarter with the right kind of rare minting error, kept in perfect, uncirculated condition, has been known to reach a jaw-dropping value of $82,000. Yes, you heard that right. $82,000 for a single Kentucky quarter. It's amazing how one small coin can carry such history, artistry, and potential fortune in the palm of your hand. So keep your eyes open, collectors. The next time you check your change, you just might discover your own hidden treasure. Top 2, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in the United States 50 State Quarters series, the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter. This coin may look like an ordinary piece of change, but hidden within its silver glow are secrets that have made some of them worth an unbelievable amount of money. So sit tight, listen carefully, and enjoy this story that every coin enthusiast should hear till the very end. The Nebraska quarter was released in 2006 as part of the U.S. Mint's ambitious 50 State Quarters program, which celebrated each state's history and heritage. Nebraska, known for its vast plains, pioneering spirit, and rich Native American history, had a design that perfectly captured the soul of the state. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find an image of a majestic covered wagon moving westward with the towering Chimney Rock in the background. Above the wagon shines the radiant sun, symbolizing hope, exploration, and the pioneering courage that defined early America. The words Chimney Rock and 1867, the year Nebraska joined the Union, complete this iconic image. But beyond its beautiful design lies the real reason this coin has captured so much attention from collectors: rarity and minting errors. Millions of Nebraska quarters were produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But as with many coins, not all were created equally. Some quarters left the mint with mysterious mistakes, errors that make them incredibly valuable today. These aren't ordinary defects. They're accidental masterpieces that happened during the minting process, and collectors are willing to pay big money to own them. One of the most famous varieties of the 2006 Nebraska quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, but slightly out of alignment, creating a shadow-like doubling effect on the words, numbers, or design details. On the Nebraska quarter, this doubling is often found on the rays of the sun or the letters in Nebraska. The effect might be small, but for coin experts, it's a clear sign of a rare and valuable piece. Another type of error seen in some Nebraska quarters is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly centered in the minting press, causing part of the design to be cut off. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these coins can become extremely rare. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. Some of these off-center Nebraska quarters have been auctioned for eye-popping prices, far beyond what anyone would expect for a simple 25-cent coin. There are also reports of struck-through errors, where a foreign object like a piece of cloth, metal, or even grease accidentally gets between the die and the coin during minting. This leaves unusual textures or indentations on the coin's surface, making it one of a kind. These types of coins are especially prized by collectors who love owning something completely unique, a coin that literally cannot be replicated. But rarity alone isn't everything. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins that have never been used, called uncirculated coins, retain their sharp details, bright luster, and crisp design. These are the coins collectors dream of finding. A Nebraska quarter that's been preserved in pristine, mint-state condition can already be worth several $100s. But when combined with a rare minting error, the value skyrockets into the tens of thousands. Beyond its rarity, the Nebraska quarter is also admired for what it represents: the spirit of westward expansion, the journey of the pioneers, and the promise of opportunity. Every detail, from the wagon to the rock formation, tells a story of adventure and endurance. For collectors, that emotional and historical connection adds another layer of fascination. It's not just a coin. It's a miniature piece of American history captured in metal. Now, imagine this. You're sorting through an old jar of change, maybe one you've had for years, and there it is, a 2006 Nebraska State quarter. At first, it looks like any other coin, but as you tilt it under the light, you notice something strange. Maybe the lettering looks doubled, or the image seems slightly off-center. That's the kind of moment that makes every coin collector's heart race. because what you're holding could be worth far more than you ever expected. So, before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. Check both sides carefully. Examine the shine, the details, the edges. You might just discover a hidden gem that turns your ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Many people have already found rare error quarters in everyday circulation, proving that these treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A 2006 Nebraska State quarter with a rare minting error, preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition, has been valued by collectors at a jaw-dropping $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. $80,000 for a single Nebraska quarter. It's incredible to think that a small coin, something we often overlook, can hold so much history and potential fortune. So keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of the coins in your pocket. Top 3, we're diving deep into one of the most breathtaking designs from the U.S. 50 State Quarters series, the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter. It's not just a symbol of American pride and beauty, but for a few lucky collectors, it has become a gateway to a massive fortune. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy this fascinating story about how one simple quarter could be worth more than you ever imagined. The Oklahoma Quarter was released in 2008, the last year of the iconic 50 State Quarters program. It proudly represents the Sooner State, a land known for its wild spirit, open skies, and deep connection to nature. The reverse design of the coin captures that beauty perfectly. A stunning image of the state bird, the scissor-tailed flycatcher, soaring gracefully above the state wildflower, the Indian blanket. The design is vibrant and full of movement, symbolizing freedom, resilience, and the natural charm of Oklahoma's landscape. This artistic design immediately made it one of the most admired coins in the entire State Quarter series. But what really makes this coin stand out to collectors around the world isn't just its beauty. It's its rarity and the incredible errors found on a few of these coins. Millions of Oklahoma quarters were minted for circulation, but among them, a small number came out with rare and mysterious minting mistakes that have made them incredibly valuable today. These errors were not intentional, but they turned ordinary coins into unique treasures that collectors hunt for with passion. One of the most famous varieties is the double die error, where parts of the design, like the bird's wings, the flower petals, or the lettering, appear doubled. This happens when the die strikes the coin twice slightly out of alignment, leaving a ghost-like shadow effect. It's subtle but unmistakable once you know what to look for. For a collector, a double die error is like gold. It means the coin is rare, distinct, and in high demand. Another error that makes the 2008 Oklahoma quarter valuable is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't perfectly centered during minting, causing part of the design to appear shifted or cut off. Depending on how far off the design is, these errors can fetch huge prices. A small misalignment might catch a collector's eye, but a dramatically off-center coin can command truly astonishing bids at auctions. Then there are the even rarer struck-through errors, where something accidentally comes between the die and the coin, maybe a small piece of metal, grease, or even debris from the minting machine. This results in unusual indentations or missing details, making every struck-through coin one of a kind. For error coin collectors, these are treasures unlike any other, because no two struck-through coins are ever exactly the same. But the value of any rare coin doesn't come from errors alone. Its condition matters just as much. Coins that have circulated in pockets, purses, or cash registers lose their shine and detail. However, those few that have been kept untouched since they were minted, known as uncirculated or mint-state coins, are the real stars of the collector's world. A 2008 Oklahoma quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition already stands out, but when paired with a rare minting error, its value skyrockets beyond imagination. Collectors are drawn to the Oklahoma quarter for more than just its rarity, though. It tells a story of natural beauty and cultural pride. The scissor-tailed flycatcher isn't just a bird. It's a symbol of Oklahoma's identity, representing grace, energy, and independence. The Indian blanket flowers surrounding it symbolize the beauty and resilience of the land. Together, they capture the spirit of a state that values freedom and the wonders of nature. It's this deep symbolism that gives the coin both emotional and artistic value, beyond its worth in dollars. Now, imagine you're checking through your spare change, and you spot a 2008 Oklahoma quarter. At first glance, it looks like any other coin. But as you look closer, maybe you notice something unusual, a slight doubling of the lettering, an off-center strike, or an odd texture across the surface. That tiny detail could mean you're holding something far rarer than you think. Stories have surfaced of collectors finding these error quarters in everyday circulation, turning pocket change into thousands of dollars. If you ever come across an Oklahoma quarter, don't spend it without checking. Use a magnifying glass, study both sides, and pay close attention to the bird's wings, the lettering, and the flower's details. If you spot anything out of the ordinary, you might be holding a true treasure. Remember, in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest difference can mean a huge increase in value. Now comes the most exciting part, the value reveal. A rare 2008 Oklahoma State quarter featuring unique minting errors and preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition has been valued by expert collectors at an incredible $78,000. Yes, you heard that right, $78,000 for a single Oklahoma quarter. It's hard to believe that something so small could hold such amazing worth, but that's the magic of numismatics. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. So keep searching, collectors, because your next discovery could be sitting right in your pocket. Top 4, we're venturing into the heart of the American West to explore one of the most breathtaking pieces in the beautiful quarter series, the 2014 Arches National Park quarter from Utah. At first glance, it might just look like another state quarter, but behind its striking design lies a world of mystery, rarity, and incredible value that has captured the imagination of collectors everywhere. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy this story about a coin that could turn spare change into a small fortune. The 2014 Arches quarter celebrates one of the most iconic landmarks in the United States, the Arches National Park in Utah. This park is famous for its stunning natural stone formations and awe-inspiring red rock landscapes, drawing millions of visitors every year. The coin's reverse design beautifully captures this scenery, featuring the legendary delicate arch standing tall against the vast desert background. Beneath the arch, the La Salle Mountains rise in the distance, symbolizing the grandeur and majesty of nature itself. The words Arches, Utah, and E Pluribus Unum complete the design, creating one of the most artistic and recognizable quarters ever minted. But what makes this coin truly fascinating isn't just its beauty. It's the story of how some of these quarters became incredibly rare and valuable. While millions of Arches quarters were produced for everyday use, a handful left the U.S. Mint with unusual mistakes, called minting errors. These rare errors make certain versions of the 2014 Arches quarter worth thousands, and in the most extraordinary cases, tens of thousands of dollars. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die error, where the design was accidentally struck twice, but slightly out of alignment. This creates a doubling effect that's often seen on the inscriptions, such as the word Utah, or on the details of the delicate arch itself. To the untrained eye, it might look like a blur or shadow, but to collectors, it's a golden ticket. Double die errors are rare, and on a coin as popular as the Arches quarter, they can dramatically increase value. Another prized minting mistake is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is misaligned during production, causing part of the design to appear shifted or cut off. Depending on how far off the strike is, these errors can range from subtle to strikingly obvious, and the more extreme the misalignment, the higher the value. A beautifully misstruck Arches quarter can sell for a price that would leave most people speechless. Some rare Arches quarters have even been found with struck-through errors, where foreign material, like grease, metal shavings, or debris, got between the die and the coin during minting. These coins often display missing details or strange textures on the surface, making each one truly unique. No two struck-through coins look exactly alike, and that kind of individuality is pure gold in the eyes of a serious collector. Condition, as always, plays a huge role in a coin's worth. Circulated coins that have been used for years lose their shine and fine details. But coins that have been kept untouched since minting, known as uncirculated or mint state coins, are highly desirable. Their luster, sharp edges, and perfect details make them the crown jewels of any collection. A 2014 Arches quarter in pristine condition, especially one with a rare error, can be worth a fortune. The Arches quarter also holds deep meaning beyond its rarity. Its design reflects the timeless beauty of nature and the incredible geological wonders of Utah. The delicate arch isn't just a rock formation. It's a symbol of endurance, strength, and natural artistry. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and the Arches quarter does exactly that. It reminds us of America's majestic landscapes and the importance of preserving them for future generations. Now, picture this. You're going through your spare change, and you spot a 2014 Arches quarter. Maybe it's been sitting in a drawer for years, or maybe you just got it back in your change at the store. You turn it under the light, and something looks a little off. Perhaps the lettering seems doubled, or the image is slightly misaligned. Your heart skips a beat because you might have just discovered one of those rare and valuable error coins that collectors dream about. Many people have already found Arches quarters worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars purely by chance. The possibility that such a treasure could be hiding in ordinary pocket change makes this hobby so exciting. The key is to pay attention to every detail: the shine, the edges, the design. What might look like a small imperfection to most people could actually be your ticket to an incredible discovery. Every coin tells a story, but the 2014 Arches quarter tells one that's larger than life. It captures both the beauty of America's natural wonders and the thrill of uncovering a hidden rarity. For collectors, it's a reminder that even modern coins can hold astonishing value if they have the right combination of rarity, condition, and mystery. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A 2014 Arches National Park quarter featuring a rare minting error and preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition has been valued by collectors at an astonishing $75,000. Yes, you heard that right. $75,000 for a single quarter. It's amazing to think that something so small can carry such incredible history and worth. So the next time you check your pocket change, remember, treasure isn't always buried deep underground. Sometimes, it's sitting right in the palm of your hand. Top 5, we're taking a fascinating journey into the world of one of America's most historic and eye-catching coins, the United States 2000 Massachusetts State Quarter. This coin may look like just another piece of change, but for some lucky collectors, it's turned into a treasure worth thousands. So listen carefully, because this story is filled with history, mystery, and incredible value. The Massachusetts quarter was released in the year 2000 as part of the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 state quarters program. It was the very first state quarter of the new millennium, which already makes it a special piece of numismatic history. Representing the Bay State, this quarter captures the spirit of courage, independence, and American pride. The reverse design features the image of the Minuteman, a symbol of the brave colonial soldiers who fought during the Revolutionary War. Behind the figure lies an outline of the state of Massachusetts, marked with a star to represent Boston, the state capital and heart of the American Revolution. The word Massachusetts proudly curves across the top, reminding us of the state's deep roots in the founding of the nation. But while the design alone makes this coin a piece of American pride, it's the rare minting errors and unique variants that have turned some of these quarters into extremely valuable collector's items. You see, not every Massachusetts quarter was created perfectly. Some were struck with fascinating mistakes, small imperfections that most people would overlook, but collectors recognize as priceless. These rare coins, often the result of tiny errors at the mint, can transform a regular 25-cent piece into a life-changing discovery. One of the most exciting types of error found on some 2000 Massachusetts quarters is the double die error. This occurs when the die, the metal stamp that creates the design, strikes the coin more than once in slightly different positions. This creates a doubling effect that can often be seen on the words Massachusetts or the Bay State, or even around the edges of the Minuteman's figure. Under magnification, the letters and lines appear to have a shadow or echo effect, making these coins instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. The more dramatic the doubling, the higher the value. Another rare variation is the off-center strike, which happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process. This causes the design to appear slightly shifted or cut off, sometimes leaving part of the coin blank. The percentage of the off-center alignment determines how rare the coin is. The more visible the error, the greater its value. These kinds of coins are especially popular among error collectors because no two are ever exactly the same. Each one is a unique accident of the minting process, a true one-of-a-kind collectible. Then there are the mysterious struck-through errors, where a foreign substance like grease, dust, or even metal debris gets between the die and the blank coin during production. This can cause missing details or unusual textures on the coin's surface. For example, some Massachusetts quarters have faint or missing parts of the design, making them both visually intriguing and incredibly rare. But even without errors, condition matters greatly. Most coins that circulate through everyday use get scratched, worn down, and lose their original luster. However, a Massachusetts quarter that has been preserved in mint or uncirculated condition, meaning it's never been used, can already be worth a premium. The sharper the details, the brighter the shine, and the fewer the imperfections, the higher the value climbs. Collectors will pay handsomely for coins that look as if they were just minted yesterday. The story of the Massachusetts quarter goes beyond its rarity. It represents the birthplace of the American Revolution, a time when ordinary citizens stood up for freedom and changed the course of history. The Minuteman standing proudly with his musket symbolizes readiness, bravery, and the power of the people. This design doesn't just celebrate a state, it celebrates the spirit of America itself. That emotional connection makes this coin even more desirable among patriotic collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Now imagine this. You're sorting through your loose change, maybe coins you've kept in a jar for years, and you notice a 2000 Massachusetts quarter. You hold it up to the light and suddenly spot something unusual. Maybe the letters look slightly doubled, or the design seems off-center. That's the moment your heart starts to race. You might be holding one of those rare, error-filled treasures that collectors dream about, but it's stories like these that keep coin collecting so exciting. There's always a chance that an ordinary coin in your pocket could turn out to be something truly extraordinary. People have found rare quarters in their change, old collections, and even coin rolls from the bank. Coins that went unnoticed for years before their true value was discovered. The Massachusetts quarter, especially the ones with minting mistakes, is one of those coins that keeps surprising collectors again and again. So if you ever come across one, take a closer look. Examine the words, the image of the Minuteman, and the edges carefully. If you notice doubling, missing details, or a shifted design, you might be holding a rare and valuable piece of American history. Always handle it gently and consider getting it professionally appraised, because you never know how valuable it could be. And now, the part you've been waiting for, the incredible value. A 2000 Massachusetts state quarter featuring a rare minting error and preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition has been valued by collectors at an astounding $76,000. Yes, you heard that right. $76,000 for a single quarter. It's amazing to think that a tiny piece of metal can hold such history, beauty, and potential fortune. So keep checking your change, because the next coin you find might just be your lucky discovery. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and fascinating coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next incredible story from the world of rare coins. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy collecting.